I am live. It's saying I am live. Are there just Germans here? Or also English people? I can speak both if anybody was wondering. Um, let's start a questionnaire. Love. What's the price of love? Mm, what's the price of love, people? Can anybody tell me the price of love? How much? How much does love cost in a supermarket? They sell you love at the supermarket. I'm wondering, guys, how deep is your love? How many dollars does your love cost? Guys, anybody here? One guy was coming before. It seems like, I don't know, complete shadow ban or whatever. YouTube has had enough of truth, I guess. Whatever they label as misinformation. But let's not get into this, right? Let them have it. Let them have it. And see where they go. Is love buyable in the supermarket? Do you go to the stores and buy love? What's love? Is love something you buy at the store? Come on, people. Somebody's gonna come in. Gotta come in. Hey, what's the price of love? $100 or get out of here. Can you buy love? Can anybody buy love? Can you go to the supermarket and buy love? Buy a bag of love at the supermarket, at the groceries? Are you going there? Are you going to the oil station, gas station, or wherever, and ask for a cup of love? How much is the price? Anybody know? What's the price of love? Of course we don't do this. Of course you cannot buy love with a piece of paper or some coins, some metal chunk. That explains perfectly the difference between the physical world and the spiritual world. Okay? When, for example, people try to cure spiritual matters within themselves by doing handstands and yoga and all these kind of things, stretches and whatnot. They think they can like sort out some conflicts in their minds or whatever. These are spiritual things, right? They're being fooled. If they tell you 10 steps to enlightenment is stretch out, do some yoga on a mat, buy a big course that costs $100, do this, do that, they're being fooled. You cannot forgive someone by doing handstands. Okay, that's something you gotta do spiritually, right? But people that seem super spiritual and super religious, they propagate this whole deception and lie that, oh, we're just stretching out a little bit, we have our course, our rituals, our routines. Every day I wake up, I do that stretch out, workout, yoga, whatever, but still they're running around hating people. Still they're running past the homeless and looking at them with shame because, oh, they are not into this cool yoga thing, right? And they are running around pridefully, so deceived by people who sold them basically love. But you cannot sell love, you cannot buy love. It's spiritual. Okay? You have to find it within yourself, not out there somewhere. Okay? So forgiveness doesn't come to you by doing handstands. Doesn't come to you by, I don't know, even if you think you're super good and you're giving money to the poor and doing all of these kind of things, forgiveness does not come to your head. Okay? You have to do that within yourself spiritually. Okay? There's nothing physical sort of you can do that gives you forgiveness. If for example you gotta forgive your brother for doing something in the past, or you gotta forgive the government, worldly government, because they are robbing you, they are doing all these kind of bad things, whatever, you will not find forgiveness anywhere else but within yourself. Okay? You cannot do yoga stretches, you cannot go to other people and get it out of them. Similar to saying, okay, you go to a store and buy some forgiveness, buy some love, it comes in bags. No, that's not how it works. People have to sit down for themselves in a quiet place and come up with forgiveness. Okay? Within themselves. Otherwise it doesn't work. And there's truth. Some people are being fooled. I don't know if it's consciously that other people are consciously fooling people to think that they can sort out spiritual matters, conflicts or whatever, by doing handstands, stretching, having a daily routine of yoga. Okay? Yes, it may relieve your body, may release some tension in your muscles, and it may feel good and for a moment, for a while, but maybe you gotta come back next day because your tension is back or something. But if you find forgiveness away from all of that junk, find forgiveness spiritually within yourself, you don't have to renew it every day, it's just there, it's eternal. Okay? Okay, sometimes you may have to find forgiveness for specific things again, right? But if, for example, you forgave your brother or your sister or your parents or the government once, it's done. Okay? For a certain thing, if the forgiveness is real, okay? Because there are also some people, yeah, they pretend to forgive you. It's not real. Of course, then they think, oh, I gotta do it again and again and again because the forgiveness was not real. But if the forgiveness is real, you don't have to renew it every time. You don't, if you forgive your brother, you forgive him once for something he did, maybe in the past or whatever, you forgive him, and it's done for all eternity, okay? Similar with salvation. When God comes and saves you, it's done, okay? for all eternity. When, for example, you're drowning in the ocean and somebody stretches out his hand to you, saving you, it's done. The salvation is done, okay? Except you're falling back into the ocean again. But with the spiritual salvation, it's eternal, okay? It happens once, it's done. You're saved. Boom, okay? So, all of this is spiritual. You cannot buy this. You cannot go to the store, buy it. You have to be patient, right? Some people try to force salvation, they try to force love, forgiveness, whatever. They try to force it also, like exactly when they are getting into routines and rituals and body stretches and body workouts or something like that, or whatever they do. They put up fragrances that smell nice, or they surround themselves with nice looking stones, all this kind of stuff that people do outwardly, or rearranging their outward world just because they're feeling bad or something inside of them that they can't figure out how to cure, how to solve, okay? Then they're trying to rearrange the physical world around themselves, but it's not how this works, okay? If you have a spiritual matter, you can only solve that through the spiritual world, through the spirit within you, not through physical matters, okay? The physical world has influence on us, okay? I'm not saying they are completely detached from one another. If you go into nature, it has a different influence on you, as if you're in the middle of the city and it's buzzing, you know, there's a lot of, okay, it has effect on you, but still, if you're going into nature, even there, even if it feels nice and everything, you will not find forgiveness just like that, okay? It may become easier, for example, to hear something in your spirit, because there is no noise, there's no other people around, there are no distractions, there aren't things that manipulate you in any way or whatever. It might be simpler to hear something in your spirit and go after that, but still you have to go after that, you see, and patiently go after that, not forcing it, okay? Because, and it's going after spiritually, not so much physically. There is no place that you can go to where, again, where they offer you love, where they sell you love, where they sell you forgiveness, where they sell you wisdom. Okay, they may sell you knowledge in school, but true wisdom comes from within, okay? Because it's all there. God has given it to you, to everybody, actually, okay? There aren't really secrets, but there are people in this world who pretend, who make it so. They make wisdom a secrecy of their own, and then they try to lead everybody into these schools to hand them information, knowledge, but then a bunch of this information is just lies, okay? On purpose, fueled, minds fueled with lies, on purpose, okay? Just because people thought, oh, wisdom is such a secret thing, secretive, and God was only so nice to reveal it to those elite people. That's just funny. If you want to know something Ask God and He will tell you. Because God is the creator of life. God is the creator, the Father. Okay? Spiritually, you cannot go to a physical place. Okay? And then, you see, you don't have to be rich materialistically. You don't have to have a bunch of money to receive love, to receive wisdom, to receive forgiveness, to receive heavenly gifts. But the deception in this world is first you gotta do this, you gotta do that. First you gotta be rich. First you gotta be you gotta have done a course that has maybe 10 steps, and only then you're somewhere. Okay, and only then, and only then, and only then. So people are always running after the carrot that is actually bound on their bodies. You see what I'm saying? So they're running after this. People on earth deceive them. They lure them. They spark curiosity for things, and then lead them into places where they have to pay a lot of money. Right? Go to school, pay. You wanna know something cool? Okay, go there. We give it to you, but only if you do this and that for us. Only if you, yeah, pay a lot of money again. Pay, but you cannot pay for love. You cannot pay for true wisdom. There is no store, no supermarket, no gas station that you can go to and buy a bag of wisdom. How do you come to wisdom then? Well, through within yourself. You go outside to nature, for example, sit down and then just observe, and you will find a lot of wisdom. Just for example, how a tree lives. You will find a lot of wisdom there. You observe the tree, imagine that tree stays in one and the same place his whole life. Okay? How is that tree doing this? You know, you got people that are running around, looking for life somewhere out there always somewhere out there. And the tourism is booming. Again, why? Because it's commerce. People make money with that. Okay, and I'm not saying, yeah, stay always in one place and never go out. No, that's not what I'm saying, but you will find wisdom in the tree just like that for free. Okay? And you can look at animals, at birds, find wisdom there. You can look at the sky, in the night sky, at the stars. You can find wisdom there as well by simply just observing. It's all there. You will hear something within yourself. Okay? And you didn't have to pay anything. Heavenly gifts. God is giving it to you. Okay? And if He gives it to me, He gives it to you as well. Okay? It's not something that only rich people have. That's the lie. It's not a secret. Okay? The secret is actually within you, within everybody. And so if it's within everybody, how secret is it really? It's just secret because the people don't look within, and they're trying to find it in other people, in other things, in school, in the media, in the newspapers, in wherever they can go, right? As if they were going to a supermarket trying to buy a bag of wisdom or a bag of love. But that's not how it works. And there's the truth. So, what's the price of love, people who hate me? Please keep on hating me. $100, 60%. They want to buy love. well then, try your best, try your luck, and do it. Yes, you can get a woman for $100, right? For a night, not even a night, for an hour or something. Is that really love? No. You can get a car for $10,000 and feel really nice. Sounds nice. You're driving, cruising down the roads. But at the end of the day, you had to come up with the money. You had to enslave yourself to someone to pay for all of this. You had to pay for the oil, you had to pay, and if it breaks down, you have to repair it. Expenses, expenses, expenses. Was it really love in the end? Well, people have to answer these questions for themselves. You cannot force anything onto them. You can only talk about it. And Jesus says that as well. The sheep hear my voice, okay? The sheep that belong to Jesus, they hear the voice. It's kind of destined, predestined. It's a similar like an apple tree cannot turn into a pear tree. Okay? While on earth it will be the apple tree. Apple tree will be the apple tree. Pear tree will be the pear tree. Sheep will be sheep. Goat will be goat. Okay? So, all I'm doing here is just sharing. And if somebody doesn't like it, leave. You don't even have to say a word. You can, ridicule me and say, 60%, $100. Ridicule the information. It's just who you are then. Okay? I'm not changing that. It's not my big design here. Okay? It's God's design. And you can go and live your life the way you want to. But if you hear what I'm saying, then of course you're taking it for your own good. Okay? Don't idolize me, please. If you were like that or whatever, or had any thoughts already, please don't. Just take the information with you. Don't even care who I am. Just take the words and go with that. And if you hear it, good for you. And well, that's all I can say for now. I'm running out of battery, so I gotta quit that life. No chats yet. Oh, one guy. Hello. It would be nice to have like a conversation instead of like a frontal live stream talk. If people would actually like comment something or whatever, but you can comment the videos as well or text me. I'm not sure if there is no texting in YouTube going on, but you can comment on videos and rewatch this live as well. Bye.